So hi, I'm Jane. Today I'm gonna walk you through my big rēphr haul. They recently did their very last secret store sale. So the last time that you're gonna be able to use their brush or purchase their brushes at a discount. And I have been eyeing certain brushes and I felt like there was no time like the sale to get my brushes. So I am going to show you the brushes that I got. I made sure that I'm getting things that are unique and also specifically for petite eyes, Asian eyes, or detail work. So let's get started. I am also going to be comparing some of these brushes with other brands just to give you a visual. I don't have all of my brushes, so if you want to see certain brushes in detail, then comment below and I will create another video just for you. All right, let's get started with the mini series. So rēphr has eye blending brushes that you would normally think of, fluff brush or smoky eye brushes, and I got the mini versions. So let's first start with the blending brushes. This is brush from your right to left. It's going to be 13 mini, 14 mini, and 15 mini. And right off the bat, they deliver on being mini. These are great for smaller lids or smaller lids. Anyway, so the 13 mini is a candle shape. The 14 mini is slightly longer than the 13. So the 13, since it's shorter, it's a little bit denser. Not quite the firmness of a pencil brush or a bullet brush, but it kind of gives you that feel. And then the 15 mini is the longest of them and a candle shape, and it has some flexibility at the top to help with blending. If you compare these to standard fluff brushes, normally they're this size. So this one is 27 and this one is 15 max. Actually, max, let's get to that later. So here is the 27, and another reference would be for these mini brushes to round out the series is also the 1 mini and the 2 mini. So 1, 2, 13, 14, 15. The 1 is a fluff brush or a lay down brush. It gives you a nice overall wash of color. At the mini size, it can also function like a contour, and the 2 mini is a contour brush. So this is, you're going to want to use this in the crease and gradient upward. You can also use it on your lash line. It is not quite as thick as a smudger brush, so you can do a bigger area with a lighter color, or you can, you'll need to layer your products, or it won't deliver as much color payoff as a denser, stiffer brush. So then going back to these guys, I also purchased very similar brushes previously by Hakuhodo, and these are those here. Wow, quite a challenging. Okay, J5529 is this one, and J146 is this one. It is goat hair. So I will say that this 13 mini, there's nothing quite like it. I would say that Cosetti has something like this, actually maybe more like 14, and it's synthetic. And I know that, I think Signa makes a petite blending brush as well. The 14 mini is similar to the J5529. The difference is that the 5529 is a little bit thicker, and so more hair, and then it's going to be able to pick up more product. It's a less less tapered at the top. And they're both goat hair. The Hakuhodo is softer, but it does cost more. And then the 15 mini is very similar to the Hakuhodo J146. I feel like the 15 mini, the gradation is a little bit sharper, and but also this is new, so it hasn't been fluffed out yet. So if you're looking for similar brush sizes, Hakuhodo definitely makes them. And I was able to find those sizes from looking at the dimensions on the website. And if they're missing, I emailed the company to find out. Next up, let's look at the other two mini brushes. So this is the 2 and this is the 1. The 2 mini reminds me very much of the MAC Pro contour brush. And so that you're gonna want to put that on your crease and then gradate upward. But you can also use this to pack on color on the lid. The 1 is a very similar size to the 28. The 28 is shorter and it's thinner on the side. So you can see that the 1 is a little bit thicker and fluffier. And then also the 28 compared to the 21. This one is a all-purpose brush, great for cream. This one is made out of synthetic, and I got this for concealers and eyeshadow creams. So the difference is going to be that thickness, and then also there's a rounder top because it's thicker for the 28, and the 21 is a little bit tighter at the top, a little bit more pointed, so you can get more precision there. Comparing the 28 against the Hakuhodo J242, very similar. The Hakuhodo one is a little bit thinner on the side, but it just feels like because it's less dense, it has a little bit more flexibility. Also want to compare these two similar flat brushes, so the 28 and the 21 against some Sigma brushes, some Sigma and Morphe brushes. So this one is the Sigma F70 concealer brush. It's a little bit more pointed. And then this one is Morphe M421. I really like this concealer brush for my eyes because it gives you more detail work, but it's not as small as a pinpoint concealer like this one. This is from Jungsemul. It's a Korean celebrity makeup artist brand. So going back to the fluffy brushes, I want to show you how it looks against my eyes so you can get a feel for it. This is 13, 14, and 15. And then for comparison, this is the 15 Max. So let's compare those two. And then also comparing it against rēphr 27, which is a fluffy brush. See that difference right there? 15 Max, I got it because I wanted to see if it was, I knew it was going to be smaller than my, let's see here. Actually, sorry, I got distracted. So 15 Max, similar, this is J552. This one has been used and fluffier. This one is a little bit more dense, but comparable. And I wanted to get something that was a little bit smaller than my T6. And wanted to do detail work, like powdering around my nose, along the nasolabial folds, along the T-zone and under the lashes, or under the brows. I'm so rusty. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna use it more as a face brush or a blending brush on larger lids. Another interesting brush is the rēphr 35. This is a larger, not quite an eye size, but a larger dome, kind of like an oversized bullet, if you will. Let's see. This is a 2022 release, and it is a small face brush designed for ultra precision blending and application of blush, contour, and highlighter. And it is a larger concealer brush than the 36, and it's dense, so you can use it for baked formulas. So this 35 is very reminiscent of the 36. 36 is a little bit shorter, and 36 also has this sloped edge, which I've been using actually to powder around my nose, so like point powdering. I had a hunch that this brush was going to be very similar to the baby brush, baby blender brush by Westman Atelier for her cream blush, and you can see that they are very similar. And the rēphr's handle is longer. So this is great, gonna be great for doing cream, highlight, contours, and also like doing blush. And you can also, because of the density of it, it is similar to a shape as the T3. I think these are Chikuhodo. So not quite as flat of a dome, but it's very similar. So this can be used for full foundation or in specific areas, or concealer in specific areas. And then you can take a larger brush like this and just like kind of blend the edges out. The next brush that I got, face brush, is 18. And this one is for highlight, contour, and setting powder. So I would use the 35 more for creams and liquids, and then the 18 is for powder. I think that this is a very versatile brush, and it reminds me very similarly to my Hakuhodo. I'm sorry, I don't know what the number is, because I bought this at a convention probably 15 years ago or something. So extremely soft. This is great for me. I was going to use it for powder, point powder, because it is a similar size but a little bit larger than the T6. So there's those as a comparison. Another comparison would be the Real Techniques setting brush. I've been using this for cream bronzer, and then also as a light wash of powder bronzer. So there you have those comparisons. Next, I got the brush 24. This is a high density cheek brush, very thick, has a lot of fibers, so you can use it for cream. It's recommended for cream. It's 31 millimeters. I don't know why I started using the measurements here. I don't really have much to compare to right now, but here is a MAC blush brush. This one has a lot more flexibility. This one is a lot thicker and denser. For another comparison, this is the synthetic powder brush from Jungsimul. And then, actually I can do another comparison. This is the Real Techniques prep brush. I actually love this for cream blush. I got this, I started using this before the Westman Atelier baby blender brush, and I really like that. And unfortunately, it's discontinued and they don't sell it individually. It's only part of the skin prep set. And let's see here. Yeah. Another comparison would be the F03 Chikuhodo. So this one I use for powder. It's very soft and light. I use it for shimmering powders, setting powders, or I use it for actually just brushing off excess powder. So there's those. I'm really excited to try this. I think this is going to be, because of the size of it, I'm probably going to be using it for more like watercolor blush, like where it covers really large areas. or I can even use this for foundation if I want thicker coverage. So I think that it's not really a precision brush for me, but on average, you know, average or larger faces, this might work. Actually, I can compare the brush size of 24 to 30, and this is, sorry for the stains on there, but that is the powder brush, and I like this for a light dusting of powder all over my face. Next up is the 33. This is called the one and done brush. Actually, I already had one and I bought this one by accident, but I love this for taking one shadow color, like let's say it's a rose, like a rosy brown pink, and putting it all over the lid, and then you can layer it to darken it, and you can also or you can use kind of like a mid-tone or dark color and put it over your lid, and then take whatever's left and like blend it up and kind of do like a full wash of color. You can use a base color for this. You can use setting powder for this over your eye. Sorry, my eye is itchy. And I really like this for shimmer too. Like let's say you have a shimmery shadow and you want to do a one and done monochromatic look. You can also put that on, gradiate it out, and then pack on more glitter on here. What I also like about this brush is that because it's tapered at the end, it's not super pointy, but it is thin. You can actually go in and use it perpendicularly, which you normally don't do with makeup brushes to work on your crease. To give you a size comparison, this is the MAC fluff brush, or you know, to lay down color, versus the 33. So the 33 is going to be larger than all most of your basic eyeshadow brushes because it's meant to serve a lot of different purposes. I added a couple more brushes, bullet brushes, to my lineup here. So I added in, I actually don't know what I added in, so I'll just show you everything. This is the 3, which is a little bit pointier. This is the 26, and this is the 12. So these are the pencil brushes. In terms of pencil, none of them are super sharp. And then the 12 is definitely more of a bullet or a dome shape, so it's rounder at the top. And then the 23 is a detail. It's a kind of that bullet shape, but it's really used for smudging. I really like this brush to use as kind of an eyeshadow as color and put it along my lash line and then gradiate it out. I like it because it's thicker and there is more flexibility in it compared to the traditional smudger brush. This is a concealer brush, but I'm gonna show you, like compared to a smudger brush like this, that's really flat and thin, that you normally use to blend out cream liners or eyeliner pencils. In comparison, you can, the rēphr 26 is comparable. Actually, the Hakuhodo B33 is in between number 3 and number 26, if you want something in between. And I also want to show you a unique Hakuhodo brush. I forgot what hair this is, but maybe it's Blue Squirrel. It's really soft, but compare this to the rēphr 27. So the difference here, the 27 is a bit fluffier, but what's unique about the Hakuhodo brush is it's actually flat on top. So I'm not exactly sure what different kind of finish you achieve with this, but it is less dense, so it's not gonna blend as aggressively, move color around too much. So that is that comparison. And then I also bought the rēphr eyeliner brush 34. It is shorter than most eyeliner brushes and it is very pointed. It's not, I think one disadvantage of it being thick at this end and thin rather than like a straight line is that you won't be able to achieve a razor thinness across the whole brush. But what's also nice is because it's kind of more like a pen style, like, you know, when you buy eyeliners and they're in a pen, I feel like it's that kind of shape where it's stiff, but then the end kind of flicks, so you can work on your flicks with that. I want to finish out this video with the other couple unique Hakuhodo brushes that are good for petite eyes. This is going to be this one has no number on it. That's really annoying. The other one is J171HS. This one is made out of horsehair. So this is kind of like the shape of almost like a lip brush. But why I got these, especially the horse one, because it's a little bit stiffer, these brushes are good for packing on glitter or shimmery shadows and or like foils, and I love putting it in my inner corners here, and then also like doing my like tiny lids here. So for petite eyes, these are great. I will show you this against the Mini 2. So it's shorter than all three of these, and then what's another one I can show you against the 1 Mini? So I'll try to look this up and put it below. Okay, well, that was a little rougher than I expected it to be, but editing is so tough, guys. So I just wanted to put this out there for those that are thinking about buying rēphr brushes, looking for brushes for detail work, for especially the mini brushes for your eyes, and some other unique brushes that you can use for detailing on your face. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you want to see me use specific brushes, comment below and I will be back to show you. Thanks so much.